Hello, and my name is Monica Kent, and today I would like to talk to you all about my policy, which is housing first. Okay, housing first. First, I want to talk to you all about the description of the policy. Okay. Housing First is a homeless assistance that provides permanent housing to individuals facing homelessness and unable to carry out personal goals because of their homeless and mental stability. The policy then provides rental assistance that differs in duration depending on the household needs. Housing First entails the provision of immediate, permanent, low barrier, supportive housing to chronically homeless individuals and family who have co occurring psychiatric, medical, and substance use disorders. Um, the policy does not require the resident to achieve certain accomplishments in order to secure housing. Um, it's also considered to be the groundwork for life improvement and allows access to permanent housing without preconditions beyond those of any typical leaser. They would still have to go through the process of getting the apartment. They would have to sign a lease just like they would at any other housing facilities. Um, with this being said, a case manager usually helps. Well, they always help, or a program coordinator helps with the leasing process. Beneficial to families and individuals with any degree of services needed. Um, yeah, they can also assist with supportive housing. Anything that's going on as far as going to the doctor or anything that will better their that will help with self-sufficiency. Okay. There are two common program models following the housing first approach, but differs in structure. So the first program would be permanent supportive housing. Um, This program is targeted to individuals and families with chronic illnesses, disabilities, and mental health issues, and or substance abuse use disorder, whom have experienced long-term or repeated homelessness. And the second program would be rapid rehousing. It is employed for a wide variety of individuals and families. The model provides short term rental assistance and services. Rapid rehousing is not considered to be permanent housing. So we're gonna talk. I want to talk to you all about the history of housing first. It's the groundwork. Um, the groundwork was arranged in the late 1970s. Many argue that government obliged to provide housing to anyone who could not find housing independently. And then Scattered Site Housing Program was originally developed in the early 1900s in New York City and now being implemented in cities throughout the United States. As a matter of fact, Memphis, Tennessee has scattered sites all over Memphis within different organizations. So you will actually have to go to the organizations that provide this housing program and sign up. And also Aloysius New Beginning. It's a newer program. And it's for it is a unit that provides permanent supportive housing to chronically homeless adults who are living with HIV. So, arguments in favor of Housing First. There was a ending homeless campaign that was implemented in 2000. The National Alliance to End Homelessness launched the campaign to end within 10 years. Politicians agree that people should be helped in order to avoid homelessness. Permanent housing is one of the solutions that will save on funding. The Bush campaign quickly found a supporter in the George Bush administration to assist with supportive housing implementation. Bush administration began the Chronic Homelessness Initiative program. The arguments. So, the arguments against Housing First is that its long-term homelessness can be cost-effective. And then chronically homelessness has a negative impact on the health and well-being of homeless people. The homeless are not interested in receiving housing services. After being homeless for so long, people feel that, okay, they really don't want to be housed, but that's not true for all chronically homeless individuals. And also, cost effectiveness plays a major part in funding this policy. Housing First policy evaluation. The 10-year plan was created to end chronic homelessness. The plan was implemented to monitor the outcome and evaluation of the policy. It endorsed scoring guidelines that had strict rules within the program that prioritize work, education, and sobriety. It is organized around a point system and set of criteria structured per HUD. Former president allowed the criteria for the policy to be flexible after evaluating the 10-year plan, which was very strict. Recommendation regarding Housing First. HUD allows flexibility in the Housing First criteria for communities who are involved with homelessness assistance grants through the Continuum of Care program. HUD directs several in homelessness assistance grants through agency and community-based organizations that provide housing services. Housing First should continue using its principles that come from religious and spiritual organizations, which plays a significant role in addressing homelessness. Thank you for listening to my presentation. I have references, and thanks again.